Coming up on this episode of the Village Idiom.
Area.
Here's a bit of trivia for you. Do you know what animal has the longest neck?
Giraffe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dum dum da da. Village Idiom.
Hello and welcome to the Village Idiom.
We are a podcast, and every week we choose a popular saying and take an admittedly shallow, hopefully comedic, and once in a while interesting, and if we're really lucky, educational dive into its meaning, its usage, its origins, but mostly we're going to use it to hang our otherwise directionless conversation on. My name is Jurassic Mark.
And I am Skitty.
Good to see you, my brother.
And you as well. How was your week?
It was a fun week.
You do something fun?
Yeah, I think I mentioned that I was writing and going to be recording a rap for somebody else's record, and
this is fantastic.
Yeah, it turned out so. Yesterday, I think it was, I was down in Vancouver way recording.
Hoity-toity, going to the big city.
Actually, I guess Burnaby technically.
Okay,
I should have left that alone. Anyway, recorded this song, and the time in the studio is always fun and hilarious, and
sounds
as
fantastic.
much as I enjoy.
Okay, I know you can't spill any of the beans. Can you give us like a bar?
Oh man,
something that just kind of just lightly resonates.
Give me a minute. I'm rigid, twisted within it.
There you go. I love
Grin
it.
and bear. No, bear and grin it. I can't remember. I need my notes.
Bear and grin it.
Bear and grin it. I twisted it around.
I like it.
Bear and grin it. My digits, they start to fidget. That's what it was. Give me a minute. I'm rigid, twisted within it. Bear and grin it. My digits, they start to fidget when I'm in it.
That's so fun.
But here's the thing.
I feel like dancing right
as
now.
As much as I enjoy the rapping and even more so the writing, because I write some spoken word.
You can't do that right now.
What do you mean?
You're still on strike.
Oh, right.
You can't be writing raps right now.
I do enjoy the writing. When I record it, I listen back and I'm like, man, I'm white. And
they see me rolling.
So I'd way rather write for someone else, but I also recorded it this time.
First
super
class
fun.
at MIT.
White and nerdy? Yeah.
That was it.
That was my week, or at least a day of my week. Made it fun.
Your life has so many amazing things. Have I told you about my death box, the death in the box thing?
Yeah, it's called a coffin.
Well,
I'm familiar with the death box.
Wow, that could be a great name for it. Okay, so I just throw. You know how we come up with amazing ideas like endless bread.
We should be writing this down.
Okay, so here's my next one past endless bread. It's maybe we'll call it the coffin, but the death box. Anyways, so the idea is, when parents pass away, we love dearly.
Sorry,
what are you doing?
It was the break in your. When parents pass away and we love.
Well,
you don't love when they pass away.
You don't love when they pass away. You love them dearly, and you want to have these things to remember.
Sure,
but often what happens is what are you going to do? You're going to take furniture or how do you remember their things? There's obviously the memories. There's obviously the photos that you can go back through, but what the casket, the death box, the coffin is a reasonably sized shadow box. Let's say it's 3 feet by 2 feet. Okay. Just give or take.
6-inch depth kind of thing.
6-inch depth, where you have one for each of your children. So when it comes your time that you're ready to go at any given moment with something that they will actually take with them. And so it's all your furniture, all your stuff, all your whatever, no one cares.
So pre-make a shadow box reflecting my life for my children.
Yeah, so it's your whole life in a box. But 3 of them.
Here's my life in a box.
It's a life in a box. Step 1. Cut a hole in the box. Step 2. Okay, so it's your it's your life in a box. So that when that time comes, that it's something that they'll go that thing is terrible, but I'll keep it in my garage. I'll put it up on a wall in my garage.
Right.
Or it's you know what, I really like that. That really means something to me. I'm gonna put that up in a prominent place in my home or whatever. But you will move it's a 3-dimensional example of your loved one's life, and so one for each of your kids. And so for you, if it has this is our our first CD that you did as in Rhythm and News, or maybe my first rap or whatever, maybe your dollar bill, your first money earned, and so you're putting these little treasures in your three kids' shadow boxes. And then, so yeah, when the time comes, it's like, oh yeah, I remember Dad did. Oh yeah, Dad did the. Oh yeah, Dad. Da.
Huh.
Is that a killer idea?
It's pretty good.
The casket. Yeah.
That's not a great name.
Not a great name. I think it's taken.
Yeah. Huh. There's
Coffin on me. No.
That's how COVID started.
Mask this coffin. No.
Shadow box. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow box of death.
Yes. So anyways, there's something in there.
Yeah, I feel like I'm but it's like you said, like, I guess that's not a bad thing. Like you said, it might end up in the garage.
But that's fine. Okay, so but think about it, in every generation past, or many generations past, there's nothing.
So what would be in your shadow box? Or what would you like in your father's shadow box?
Okay, so we're gonna do Dad's.
This is
very morbid.
on the point of
I can't even
today's
remember what we're
podcast.
doing.
It's nothing to do with this. This is we probably should have had this whole conversation before pressing record. But I'm curious now.
These are just conversations
what would
we
you
have.
hope to get from your, if it was like to tell his story?
Okay, so my dad worked for Labatt's Brewery, and then he had an excavation business with my grandfather, like a backhoe and dump truck, kind of daddy's dump truck. I don't know. And then he was a commercial fisherman up in Ukilit through the 80s, was so avid fisherman. So something that's fishing in related. He's made like a full out distillery, Uncle Jesse, moonshine. He's got all sorts of neat little things from kind of, he worked in an oil refinery for Mohawk. So he's had some neat occupations through his life, some neat things he's done. So yeah, just things that you go like, oh, your grandpa did whatever, just so that you're telling the next generations. Yeah. It's grandpa in a box. You crank up the side. I've
actually seen both my grandpas in a box.
And then, depending on how you do it, you could put either his photo or some 3D printed thing, and his head pops out.
Okay, but what if you could have a shadow box?
That's not going to fly in my neck of the woods.
There we go. Today's idiom is neck of the woods.
That's not going to fly in my neck of the woods.
Not going to fly in my neck of the woods. Listen to this. Oh, it's too slow.
Yes, 57th Street is right in my neck of the woods.
I just loved the cadence of that particular quit. I had this one too from, you remember Moonlighting?
So what brings you to this neck of the woods?
Bruce Willis when he had hair. That was a great show.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, neck of the woods is actually what we're talking about.
Well,
it has nothing
you can tie it into, with in my area, in my family, in my
neighborhood,
my
region, area,
yes,
yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
And that's
so a way of remembering your neck of the woods. Maybe is we'll call it neck of the woods.
NOTW, not of this world.
Wow.
Oh.
I'm telling you, illegitimate children. These ideas just flow. And if you want to get in on our consulting firm, you make sure you reach out to us.
That's great. Yeah, neck of the woods just means your area, the place you live, the neighborhood you're in is your neck of the woods.
Mm-hmm. This will not fly in my.
And now, what is your neck of the woods? Like, not right now, but what would you say is home? Is Surrey home?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I grew up on the islands, man.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
that was your neck of the woods.
Yeah, but I know I've been here longer, and so I don't know. Surrey is my city. Surrey is my country, as they say on
the motherland.
Yeah. England is my city. That's the whatever rap thing. What's his face? That was the Jake Paul, like a real early original Jake Paul.
Oh, I don't know this.
Oh, okay, yeah. England is my city. And they're like, England isn't a city.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah. So
that's your neck of the woods. See, I've been out this way, Surrey, Langley. We're dropping enough breadcrumbs that people could start stalking us now.
Perfect.
Find us. Yeah. But I still feel Vancouvery because
Oh, you have to say Vancouver as our region.
No, but I grew up in Vancouver. So I like get back into East Vancouver and I'm like, oh, this feels so great to be over here. I did a little tour de France through the old stomping grounds for a friend's birthday. Made a little video like, here's where we used to do this. Here's where we used to run away from the rangers in trucks at this golf course and getting in trouble. Here's where we used to climb on the roof of the school, blah, blah, blah. And it was walk down memory lane. I'm like, this is my neck of the woods. I know every detail, what's going on in the
That's fun.
streets and back alleys around here. And so, yeah, I still feel Vancouver-y, but I'd probably never move back down there.
No.
A little costly.
Yeah, not just costly. I don't know. It just doesn't have the vibe. Our neck of the woods is a little more
Suburbia.
out
Out here? Well, right now. With
Yeah.
the chickens outside.
Yeah, for sure. Which is
I did listen back.
With
You
it.
couldn't hear the chicken
Oh, did you?
last week.
Okay, that's good.
There was no sound.
Okay, good.
It was just to set up the joke.
Yeah, perfect. Because I couldn't hear it. Would have been worse if I said, "Oh yeah, I heard it."
That would have been great. It is possible. I have heard them from here.
Adding it to the flavor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So neck of the woods.
Neck of the woods. A little boy and a clown are walking through the woods at night. Golly, says the boy, it sure is dark and scary out here. You think you're scared, says the clown. I'm the one who has to walk home alone.
That's funny.
There you go.
I will be honest. I was afraid of this particular idiom. And it's terrible that my mind even went there, but I was afraid it had racist, something about being hung by the neck in the woods. And
My mind never went there.
yeah, and so thankfully does not come up.
Okay, good.
So I probably shouldn't have even said it, but I was like, our history in these countries we live in, you never know where stuff comes from. There was one not too long ago where we're like, should we be saying this anymore? But no, has nothing to do with that. It's very, very, very innocent. So
In our neck of the woods, it's kind of like country meets city. Like
Yeah.
the BC kind of vibe isn't like fully like metropolis. It has enough of like
nature-y vibe.
yeah, just a couple minutes away, and you're like in endless fields and
Yeah, I had some visitors
Agriculture
from
and-
Europe, and I was saying, great thing about Vancouver is certain times of the year you could go skiing in the morning and lay on the sand at the beach in the afternoon, and for real, like that's actually
that's
possible.
actually how it is.
Yeah.
That's not a joke.
So it's a bit of a paradise, but it's definitely that West Coast, Pacific Northwest lumberjacky nature infused with enormous city.
Yeah. The downside of it being so amazing is that stuff has gone so crazy expensive.
Yeah.
With particularly in like accommodations, home ownership, rental land, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an ad in the paper for it was like $2,000 a month for like a blow up castle. Like that you could sleep in a blow up castle.
What?
I think it's just mostly inflation.
Okay. I'm so disappointed in myself. I was like, sounds like an Airbnb, like actual real thing. You could Airbnb in a bouncy castle, but $2,000 a month? What? Inflation. Wow. I walked into that.
Those are the worst.
I
when
leaped into
you
that.
don't see them coming. And then bam! Right in the kisser.
That's a good one, though.
Yeah, so in our neck of the woods, it is pricey, but it's pretty paradisical.
It's pricey, but good. Boxy, but good.
Yeah, as long as you don't mind not saving for your future, you're fine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Then,
Carpe diem.
see?
Yeah.
You've got this worked out.
Yes. So, I kind of like, that's the end of that.
You had a big announcement to say that's the end of that? So,
That's
the end of
that's
what
the end of
I've
that.
got. Well,
Where does this,
we can
this
always
bad boy come from?
Sorry, I didn't know you. I thought you were gonna like set it up for something there, so I wasn't ready. But yeah, we can get into the origins. Thanks for that segue at its best.
Where'd they go? No one can know. I turned around.
Nice jacket.
Behind. Those words came from another mind.
It's from a friend.
Origin.
All right, well, let's get into the dirty and nerdy.
Good segues don't fly in our neck of the woods.
Nice. Way to bring the idiom back in. So this is not the most exciting origin story, but this phrase comes from the sense of a neck is been long time, for centuries in English language anyway, referred to a strip of anything. But a strip of land surrounded by water is often called a neck of land. In Britain, or in Britain, it's the land with water on both sides. In America, it could be any settlement in the woods.
Like where airplanes, the landing neck. Yeah.
What? Is that a thing?
No. I've never heard neck of land.
Yeah, this is why I look up the origins.
Wow. One of us has to do
Yeah,
that.
neck of land is a strip of land out into the water. Or a peninsula, as the rest of us call it. But Americans, when America started to form, if you had a settlement in the middle of the woods, because it was all woods. It was all woods, this land of ours.
Thing.
And
untouched woods.
Pretty much. And so a settlement in the woods would be, that's my neck of the woods, which was just a misuse of the term of neck, referring to a land position. The Oxford English Dictionary's earliest citation.
Okay.
Yep.
What is necking?
It's different than wood.
Next. Continue.
Next. Next. The earliest citation from the OED is a document written in Dedham, Massachusetts in 1637. It says, granted to Samuel Morse, and I don't know if it's the Samuel Morse, because isn't Samuel Morse the guy? Yeah. Anyway, granted to Samuel Morse, boy, this is Old English, hard to read. Granted to Samuel Morse, its neck of meadow lying next unto ye meadows, granted unto Edward Allen. So it was a strip of land that was next to Ed Allen's yard. Samuel Morse got the neck of meadow. So it's not exactly neck of the woods, but it is using the neck. They think it kind of started there. In Bill Bryson's quote-unquote Made in America, the claim is made that the origin of neck is the Algonquin word nyack, is how it looks in print, meaning point or corner. So if it's your corner of the woods or if it's your area of the woods, you could use this Algonquin word nyack. And so Algonquin is the name of a North American native language and people group, I'm pretty sure, right? And so it does fit with sort of the era that this started getting used, that it could have been nyack, which is your corner. And then this one seemed really interesting because the word neck, like the body part between your shoulders and your head, has its etymology in German. And so what's even more interesting is in German, mein Eck translates to my corner. So it kind of works hand in hand with this Algonquin, nyack meaning corner, mein Eck meaning my corner, and the word neck for your body part originates in the German language. I'm like, I don't know. I think there's just this big conflated mess of how we got usages of the word neck.
My neck.
Mein Eck.
Mein Eck.
Yeah, that's it.
I so verdiene mein Eck.
Mein Eck of the woods. So yeah, somewhere in that mess of information is the origin story of my neck of the woods.
I like it.
Yeah, it's interesting. It just isn't.
That was interesting.
It's not quite complete. You can't make the ends meet to figure out what's the actual answer here. But tis the situation on a lot of idioms where we don't get a crystal clear origin story.
Yeah, I just the phrasing of my there's my neck of the woods, but the neck of something is and the entranceway, the neck of a bottle.
Right.
Like you said, like with your head. I don't know. It's the transition from.
But is it about the entrance, or is it just about the shape of a bottle?
That it's
the neck, like neck of a guitar.
Is it because it's skinny and there's a bulbous end?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, maybe.
Neck of time. Oh, that's Nick. Saint Neck. No. You've got a real neck for Snack.
Knickknacks.
Oh, yeah, my grandmother has knickknacks on her shelf. Oh, that's knickknacks.
Is she Algonquin? She might.
She part Algonquin.
On her corner of the shelf.
On her my neck.
My neck. Well, it's
So
funny.
anyway, yeah.
There's similarities in words.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of details there. No clear case. I mean, the most obvious one is just a neck of land is a piece of land. It could be nothing more than that, or it has these derivatives from other languages.
It makes my corner actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
because we don't use it as like a neck.
No, it's not
As
long,
like a
skinny
strip.
thing. Yeah.
Your strip of land.
Yeah.
But your area, my
Here's
corner.
a bit of trivia for you. Do you know what animal has the longest neck?
Giraffe.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only trivia piece I brought.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have more. I didn't know you'd get it so quick.
I can't think of anything else that has like some crazy a snake.
It used to be pronounced snack. Because
In Algonquin.
in Algonquin, because it was all neck.
Yeah, it's a snack.
All neck, all the time. Snack.
Oh, that sounds.
Poisonous snack.
Is your snack poisonous?
Comes from German. Comes from German.
Because that's not my snack.
Mine snack. This is so stupid. Okay, I'm moving on. And let's. What am I doing here?
We should get to the end.
That's what I'm saying. Let's get to the end. Okay. Well, let's play some Riddle Ink. What do you think?
Perfect. I've got a couple.
All right, I got a couple. Riddle Ink is a game we like to play. It takes a two-part trivia-based question. Requires a two-part overlapping answer, overlapping by sound, syllable, word, or words. For example, last week, what was our idiom last week? Oh, it was to make ends meet. And we left you with this one. To have just enough money to live on. Sorry, I stumbled last time too. To have just enough money to live on the carnivore's pizza. To have just enough money to live on the carnivore's pizza.
That would be make ends meet lovers.
That's right. Make ends meet is not the answer. Meat lovers is not the answer. Make ends meet lovers is how you play Riddle Ink.
Perfecto. Let's get this party started here.
Give me one.
This good old boy says it's acceptable where he is from. This good old boy says it's acceptable where he is from.
Okay, I have Bo and Luke Duke in my head. Good. Oh, Redneck. Red Neck.Of.The.Woods.
There you go, Neck.Of.The.Woods.
Oh, I was trying to work Bo and Luke Duke into it somehow. Okay, let me give you one. My neighborhood was a 60s rock festival. My neighborhood was a 60s rock festival.
That is Neck.Of.The.Woodstock.
That's correct, sir.
Perfect. I've got a third one here. You can do that from where I'm. You can do that.
What's
where,
that?
You can do that where I'm from, including storing lumber in an open garage. You can do
okay.
that where I'm from, including storing lumber in an open garage.
All I'm getting is my neck of the woodshed.
Neck.Of.The.Woodshed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure if I needed that S sound in the middle there.
No.
Woodshed.
No, woodshed.
Cool. I got it. Well, I got one more. It's kind of an easy one, but why don't you tell everybody how they can play along?
Village Children, we'd love to hear from you on Instagram at the.village.idiom or email us thevillageidiompodcast at gmail.com, or whether it's the Facebooks, the YouTubes, or the Twitters at 3 Minutes Gone.
Beauty. Here it is. Here we go. My corner of the world is a lumber burning cooker. My corner of the world is a lumber burning cooker.
Cooker, and that is 3 Minutes Gone.
Very nice.
Very nice. I like. Well, it was fun putting today's episode together.
Twas.
Twas.
At least in my neck of the woods, I enjoy this.
It's good. I am feeling peckish. Maybe we can have some snacks later.
What are you doing for lunch? Some snacks. You ever had snack for a snack?
I was kidding.
I'm Jurassic Park.
And these are the Village Idioms.
I couldn't even understand that, but they said neck of the woods in there.
Last 3 minutes gone.